Research is basically something like an investigation. For example, a crime scene has happened. The police officer is going to investigate. What he will first see? What he will first note? What is the possibility he will think? This is how a police officer investigates a crime. This is exactly the same when you are going to do research. For example, currently we won, I don't know how many of you know this, we won the national challenge, our college. Anyone knows? She is my student, so she will say. Yes, other than that, did we? Okay. I would have told HOD ma'am, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So we recently competed in a national challenge. Not Bomanahalli, Kamanahalli or Kayarpuram challenge. National challenge where IITs participate, IISc participates. The challenge was to come out with a new biometric. If you are asked, just think for 5 minutes or not even 5 minutes, what you will come out with. Already we have fingerprint, we have iris, we have face, mostly. These three are known biometrics, which Aadhaar also uses. Aadhaar uses this thing. If you have, all of you, I'm sure, would have an Aadhaar card. So you would have given your fingerprint, you would have given your iris, pattern, face. No? The challenge was come out with a new biometric. This is the challenge. National challenge given to all. Okay? So what you will think? If you have been asked to come out with a new biometric, the challenge was come out with a new biometric. That's the challenge. So what you would have done? Voice could be one thing which people are also using. Very good answer. Voice is one possible thing. Anything else? Voice is one. Normally, you should train yourself before that fellow, one word hello. If you say in your mobile, you should be able to tell who that fellow is. Train your brain. This is the way also we train our brains. That's how the systems also work. Same way they work. So voice is one good thing. Anything else? That voice is a known thing, so it cannot be called as a new biometric, even though people were not using that, but it is a known biometric. Known biometric.
Can we the palms?
Very good thing. That is also now implemented, but that's also a biometric. The palm veins, you can't see them, but if you have IR camera, you just put your hand there, you will see the pattern of the veins. How the veins move through, it's not same. Number of veins is same. You don't have 10 extra new veins and he has less veins. That is same. But how they are twisted is totally different. So in fact, in China, you don't need any passport, you don't need any visa, you just put your hand, you can enter. That's the level China has come. India, we are still, what is that? Digi Yatra, Kaji Katra, something is there. So we have to do all nonsenses. But how advanced? Don't laugh. We are stupids. Try to understand that we are stupids. Some other enemy country is moving much better than us. So you need to think. Okay? Think on that. That's one other biometric. Very good. But it's known. So you will not be qualified for the challenge. Anybody else?
Toe print, sir.
What's that?
Toe print.
Yeah. Same way you can also use the toe prints. I mean your leg pattern. It's a similar, but not a new thing, because there is a problem with the toe print, that the variability in the palm print is much, much higher than the toe print. Toe print almost I don't know, maybe same. It is still, by the way, what is biometric? Can anyone give the definition of a biometric? Biometric. When do you call something as a biometric? For example, I am saying nose pattern. I'm just saying. Is it a biometric? Is nose pattern a biometric? No. Similar noses, many people have it. May not be exact, but similar noses. So,
Scanning the lines on the fingertips, sir.
sorry ma'am?
Scanning the lines on the fingertips.
No, what is a biometric? Uniquely identifying one single individual. Biometric, it cannot match, then whatever thief or theft, he will be arrested. Because we are going by fingerprint, they will come and take his fingerprint exactly matching, they will arrest. But be careful. So far, we have tested the fingerprint only for a 300 million data set. How much? 300 million data set only we have tested, meaning every two biometric we compared, and nowhere it is matching. Meaning, never any two persons in that 300 million data set, it matched. Actually, when India made Aadhaar, entire world asked, why not you do this exercise? Because we are having almost close to 1.4 billion. That was only 1/3 or 1/4 of it. India refused to do it. We don't know why, but India refused to do it with its own intelligence. Let's not question that. So, biometric, we need to prove. We can't just say no thing, eyebrow pattern, this, that and all. It should uniquely identify that person. Not in Kerpuram, not in CIT, entire world, Antarctica, or Africa, Australia, anywhere, nowhere it shouldn't be. So this is a little tough. So we proposed this thing. What we proposed was the volatile organic compounds emitted by skin. This is what exactly, I just read one paper, how the dogs smell. How the dogs smell to catch the thief. Then I identified they are just smelling the VOC coming out. Then we said, okay, if a dog could do, why not? I studied so much, I shouldn't do. All that we made was, for each VOC is volatile organic compound, it's a gas. So it has some 18 or 28 VOCs were there. We didn't get the census for all the VOCs. We had 12 or something. We told the committee, if you could get us 18, we could have done the experiment with the 18. We got only 20 with that. With that, 10,000 people we checked. Not only here in Chennai, in Ooty, some high elevations, and in Kashmir's little cold places. So many places, totally 10,000 people we checked. That's what we could do with the limited time. All were different by God's grace. We didn't know this because it's a new biometric. So maybe if you do more, we may be defeated. We don't know. The government is planning to do for 1 million. Aadhaar is now talking to us. So we may be doing that apart. So the question is this investigation, like I told you, how the dog worked on this. What is that it looked into it? Will I be able to do? So basically to increase my interest, I am interested in it. Because of the challenge. You may be interested in something else. Whatever you are interested, do research on this. Research is basically just an investigation. You work on a particular topic. So that is what is this. So normally I look into the etymology, meaning what is the origin of this word? Where from this word comes? So this comes from the French word. It's called Rasher. I may not be able to pronounce it properly. Or anyone knows French? Can you read it? Okay, doesn't matter. That's not the most important thing. So it comes from the word where that says to seek. Seek meaning find out. To seek. So that's what it says. We have wide variety of types of research. We are not going to see all of them, but I will tell you two things which are the easiest what you can do is the literature review. For example, biometric. What are all people have done? You just summarize. Is it tough? So that you do on your topic. You told that you are going to do final year project, right? You are making it as a research project. So first do that. What others have done in this topic? Like I saw dogs are smelling. Oh, how they are smelling, man. You just have some curiosity, put that thing. Other easiest is a case study. Like I did it again. Dog. One case study. How dogs are working. Take up one particular case. Case study meaning one particular case. Just look at it. Maybe plant disease detection. I think last year somebody were working on MCA on plant disease detection. I saw that project. Very good. So you can continue. For example, now we are working with Tata, not less than any ordinary fellow. Tata is coming to us. we wanted to, there is a hill in Kerala called, what is that? Munnar, where they have some thousands of acres, not a small amount. Do you know how much is the college size? Roughly around 12.5 to 14 acres. Okay? What we are talking about, 1,000 acres in a hilly region. This is a plain. So all we are planning is take a drone, fly around the area, first of all capture, then see this is disease, this is non-disease, this disease is now trying to be prevalent. So many questions we want to address. So problems are plenty. There are thousands of problems are there. So you are going to work on one of these problems. Whichever you like. We never wanted to say, if you come to our research lab, we never tell anyone to do anything. Whatever you like, you do. Because if I tell that fellow to work on plant, that fellow says, no sir, I want to land on moon. Something else that fellow will say. Rather land on moon. In fact, we participated. Again, the national challenge we participated, designing a drone to land in Mars. We lost the thing. One other college in Mumbai got it. We lost it. But we do designed. What is the problem in Mars? Why can't the same drone which is flying on Earth will fly in Mars? Will not fly in Mars? Mars? No, nothing to do with far. Sorry? What did he say? Very thin atmosphere, 1% atmosphere. If you take 1 cubic volume of the air, what it is volume, in that if you take 1 meter cube, it will be 1% of what is there on the earth. So meaning you have to rotate so much to lift the same weight. Almost 100 times you need to rotate to lift the same weight. So designing something, another problem what we have is, one good thing what we have on earth is we have GPS. Navigation is easy. There is no GPS in Mars. So we have to design a drone without GPS. How will you fly? So these are some of the problems we address so that we can do. We did it, all of them, but still we failed in something. In the stability, it was not so good. Let's see. Okay, so we will talk about few things, not all things, because that itself will take 1 hour. So I'm going to just skip on this one. So basic research. This is something like how atoms are there, how atoms are interacting with some neurons or some protons, or protons are having some very fundamental thing which may not have a direct application, may have indirect applications, may have an indirect application. For example, normally MRI, I don't want you to go to MRI, but anyone underwent for an MRI treatment? MRI, magnetic resonance interference or interferometry, anything. No problem, no problem. So this is one of the best ones to find soft tissue. For example, if I break my bone, I just give an X-ray, it will find out. It's not that tough. X-ray will find. But if I have a tear in my muscle, normally the footballers will have a problem, a tear in my, ligament in my ankle or knee, whichever it is the place. So that cannot be found. Soft tissue breakage cannot be found by X-rays. We need MRI. So the MRI is basically, anyone knows how the MRI works? How it works? How? Very simple. Body consists of almost like 70% water. Water is basically a polar molecule. Polar meaning, how do you say polar molecule? You could magnetize this in the way you want. So what the MRI does is, when the whole body is moved, it magnetizes your body. Don't worry, nothing will happen. You will not become mad after that. Nothing, it's very safe. But it magnetizes the whole thing and then leaves you. If your cell is normal everywhere, it will return back to the same stage. But wherever breakage, anything is there, wherever pus is there, or wherever some other problem is there, it will not come back. Easily we can detect it. Very simple mechanism. So the question is, these are all basic research, but of course if you do on that, you will get a Nobel Prize. The inventor of this got a Nobel Prize. But normally, it's a master of computer application. Applications are equally important. So normally we will be doing on, even engineers, we do on applied research. Applied research, there should be some application. For example, I have detected the VOC on this. What is the best application? Theory is, I have detected VOC emitted by my skin. What is the application? Yes, what is the application? Biometric is just the theory. Application. You should understand the difference between the theory and application. Application is some useful work has been done. Useful work has been done. Like I gave the example for what sir said. I don't carry my passport, I don't carry my visa. I go to the airport, just put my hand, it allows. So that is the application. So like that, that's the biometric. So we are not going to ask any no, you could see that even in our college we have the fingerprint faculties go and touch everyone to prove that he is not required. In our thing, you just put your hand in, no need to touch. Ours is a non-contact device. Okay, so you can do that. So applied researchers, some useful thing it should come. Does not mean that basic research is a useless one. Don't come back to that conclusion. It is very fundamental. One has to think a lot like MRI, to think a lot to find an application for this. One is quantitative research, which normally works with a statistical analysis. Statistical analysis gives many information. So that we do it. Other is just a qualitative research. For example, is CIT a good college? I give you a survey and then you say, this is good, this is bad, this is very, very bad, this is very, very good. You can rate it. So that type of work also one can do. In fact, we started working with Train Technology, one company with which we are working. It's a Fortune 500 company. Try to understand what is meant by Fortune 500. We cannot explain everything. So that thing is basically they come out with one film. Actually, that film is from Stanford. We have not invented that film. If you come to our lab, we can show it to you. Anything kept under this thing automatically cooled. No coolant, nothing. You just paste a film, you keep it inside. In fact, we are given it to Kolar. If you go to Kolar market, you will see many of our things there. The farmers, the street cart vendors are very happy because that palak, which withers off within a day, now stays for 3 days fresh. So we are making some very phenomenal things on that. So one can do wide variety of research. I told you problems are plenty. You need to choose whatever you like. Whatever you like. This again correlational, experimental, exploratory. These are all some types of research. Don't worry too much about this one. This is the first slide I want you to concentrate because you decided, in my opinion, that you are going to write your final year project as a paper. For the time being, let's not worry about the patent, but let's worry about the paper. So I want you to put it in some journals or in some conferences, but make sure they are Scopus index. Scopus index meaning these are all good ones. As I told you, there are some paid journals. You write about your boyfriend or girlfriend, then also they will publish it. I don't want that to happen. Good quality journals where they will check everything. Multiple people will check, not one or two. Multiple people will check. Only when all of them agree, mostly they will not agree. They will say that is not correct, the figure number is wrong, table is not rectangle, some nonsense and all they will tell. You change everything, but at least you should get it accepted. We'll tell you how to do this. You can also write patterns, you can design some nice prototypes, so many things you can do. You can come out with a product like we have come out with a new biometric device. You can come out with an academic course. Nowadays this is a new thing. I don't know how many of you are helping your brothers, sisters there in the school. Now the tuition, online tuition has become a big, big business. People from Africa are learning from people in Bangalore. Just 1 hour you have to take on some simple mathematics or some physics, chemistry. Huge money people are getting, college students. Take up that whenever you are bored, take up such things, study well, And their ratings makes you more people to join. The more people they join your course, you get huge money. Just sit at your home, switch on the internet and then just speak. Nothing else. Very simple, highly profitable. Highly profitable. Lot of things you can do. You can also write a book. I don't think it's a thing to write a book, but that's also possible. Or at least a chapter in a book you can write. Chapter in a book you can write. Why should I do research? I am very happy. Some campus interview will come. I will be placed. Why the hell I need to do research? Why the hell you are torturing us after lunch? One may think, nothing wrong in that. Nothing wrong in that. It's a natural one only. But there are reasons. For example, the first reason, prime most, all are there. I will just explain the first three because that's very, very critical. Knowledge is the wealth, real wealth. When US in the Second World War did only one thing, what did they do to become the top? They put an atom bomb on the enemy. Every country participating in the Second World War tried, but only America was the first one to do it. When they demonstrated, the entire world fell at their feet. Sir, you tell whatever you tell, including Japan. Surrender and tell, whatever you tell, we will do it. Because nobody wants to die like that. Dying in an atom bomb is a worst thing. Your body will evaporate in few seconds. Body will evaporate. Evaporate, not melt. Evaporate in few seconds. So, knowledge is a very, very powerful tool. Don't use it for bad purposes. You can use it also for constructive purposes. We are using it for generating electricity. India, we have atom bombs, but we use atomic energy for peaceful purposes. So that also we do it. Another very important thing is innovation. There is a huge difference. Many people don't understand the term research and innovation. Research is getting the money and generating the knowledge is research. Innovation is using the knowledge, get some money. That's what I want you to do. You do research. For that, you should have done first research. But you should be able to sell. Sell is the key word. For example, you write a small code, payroll code. How many of you will be able to sell that payroll code, you think? Will anybody will purchase it from you? You think. Then you have done a job. Good job. Somebody is willing to buy what I have done. Let it be anything. You develop a course. How to write a Python code. You write a code. Give a lecture. Put it on the net. Anyone who wants to say, give me 10 rupees. Do put any value, whatever you want. How many of them will see you? Your course, you think. That's why we are emphasizing research is important. Without doing research, you will not be able to sell that thing. Research is important. But it should not be something just, okay, I need to get a A4 size paper degree. With that, nothing is going to happen. Still, I want it. Or normally in Tamil Nadu, we say in the marriage card, after the name, we have to put the degree. For that only, we are coming for studying. Useless things. No longer you will get it with your degree. Be assured of that. If you get one good skill, you will get an appointment. You will get an appointment. Last time, our drone student is the one who got that 53 lakhs. He did a fantastic coding. I can challenge you. None of you will be able to code like him. He's a very brilliant coder. Now, he left that job. US, one company called him. He left that job actually. He's now has gone to US. He was also like you, right? Anyone doesn't want 53 lakhs. Everyone wants it, right? But only few get it. The reason is they work. They do research. This is the most important thing. If you do research, you will come up. No, sir. ಐವತ್ತು ಸಾವಿರ ಸಾಕಾಯಿತು ಯಾಕೆ ಸರ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್ ಗುಡ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ರಾಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ವಿತ್ 50,000 ಯು ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಹೂ ಆಮ್ ಐ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ವಿತ್ 50,000 ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ವಿತ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಮೋರ್ you need to do research. Without research, you will never get any of these things. That's why we are emphasizing it's a good time. Lot of faculties are there. You can contact them or you can come to us also. We will help you out. So, Innovation is a thing. Other thing is supporting decision-making processes. Many times we take a decision. For example, when I was a student like you in my UG, I said I missed my JEE. I said, no, if I am not going to get it in IIT Madras, I studied in IIT Madras, but if I am not getting it in IIT, I am not going to do my master's. I decided and worked minimum 2-3 years. From my second year, I started. Only then you can also start. You are eligible. You are eligible to join MTech. So how many of you will put that much of effort to go and join in, because we have very less universities, and that too in computer science, very less seats. You have to be 99 point something. Only then you will get it in any other IITs. Otherwise you will not get it. 99 point something percentile. Otherwise you will not get it. That's not that easy. That's not that easy. But if you think, you take, that's why the decision making, I told you, you convince yourself. Not for the sake of dean, not for the sake of faculties. You convince yourself. I want to achieve, like I said, if I want to do my master's, I will do it in IIT, otherwise I will not do it. You decide, you will be able to do it. I am telling you. It's all you. You change your mindset, I can do it, you will be able to do it. So this is why we want you to do research. Other things are also there. So, yeah, correct. So now we will see, we are running out of time, we need to go a little faster. So, quality of the paper, what do we expect? When do we say a particular paper is good? When do we say a particular paper is bad? So we will see this. First and foremost thing, I look at one paper, whenever that paper comes for review, I just look at one paper and close it. I don't even read, because the very way in which they have organized the paper, there won't be any clarity, there won't be any logical flow, they won't well define the problem, nothing will be there. They would have cut, copy, paste something from here. One look we can say this fellow did not do this. No need of thinking twice. One look we can just close that paper, takes the next paper, start reading. Very easy. So first make sure, first thing is clarity. If you read that paper, you just assume that the other person has read that paper. You read that paper. If you are able to get what you have intended to write, then you have done a good job. Or give it to your friend. Let him read. Hey man, look at it man. What I have done, can you brief? If that person tells what is there in your mind, because that's what you have written it, right? Then you have done a good job. Nothing to worry. Or give it to some faculties. Tell them, sir, I have written something. Can you please check? If you have written about mango, like I said, and they say, oh, you wrote about cow, means end of the story for you. So if they say, hey, something about a fruit you have written, no, very good. At least they have come closer to what you thought. Make sure, give it to someone. Clarity is a very, very important thing. Then logically, you need to have step-by-step things. That we will come back to that and do. Languages, some people, whenever they write English, always they make a mistake, but that's fine. You can improve on that we can do this. Choosing the topic is one of the things. Choosing the topic, because as I told you, thousands and thousands of problems are there. What do you want to do? That is where your problem is. Many of the time, teacher will tell, I did my PhD in robotics, you work on robotics. Never that will work, I am telling you, unless you are interested in robotics. I work on robotics, so drones and other things. Maybe that fellow is good in databases. Let him work on databases. What is wrong in that? Or somebody may be good in compiler. Let him work on compiler design. Problems are plenty. You need to find in which you are good. Just because you got 90 marks in some subject does not mean that you are good. Never think like that. Mark is not a measure of intelligence. But you know what you like. You may be bad in that. You might have got very less mark. But still, you know, I have a good understanding about this subject. Work on that. That's enough. That's why I am always repeating. You convince yourself what topic you want. Work on that topic. You will get it. If you, based on your faculty said, HOD said, Dean said, if you work, nothing will work out. You will get a degree, A4 size paper, you will get it. No use on that. Okay? So, choosing a topic is very important. Don't make a very generalized one. As I told you, specific rather than general is one important thing. All are important, but that is never write a note on biometric. Then I will close it, because research is about the depth, not about the breadth. Highly focused. Like I said, I am working on biometrics. I said I am working on VOCs, volatile organic compounds. I am not working on PALM, or I am not going to work on voices. I am not going to work on anything. Be specific as possible. Actually, the title should attract that reader to read your thing. Title should attract the reader to read your whatever you have written. Title is the only thing that can do this. If you made the good title, half of your problem is solved. Half of your problem is solved. But spend time. How will I make my title most attractive? Work on that, half of your problem is solved. Half of your problem is solved. Clarity and all, logical flow we have already discussed. Investigation, other things we have already discussed. There are some non-technical things which also you need to look into it. Even though you are writing a technical paper, there are some aspects which are non-technical which you need to be very careful. For example, using a formal language. I have been walking and checking, and don't write in a way that you speak. Formal language is very, very important. So concentrate on the formal language. Other thing is objectivity, which is focused writing. If your thing is on biometric, if you are going to work on VOC, concentrate on this. Don't tell voice is not working properly, or palm is having these. You can tell, nothing wrong in that. But concentrate more on what you wanted to say. Also, this is the major problem, especially I find with Indian authors. They will write stories after stories. Like Mahabharata, I think we are used to Mahabharata and Ramayana. I am not against any religion. But we are used to long stories. Short stories we are not used to. But short stories are the most powerful ones. I am not saying Ramayana, Mahabharata is not powerful. They are also powerful. But short stories are very powerful, impactful. All we want is short stories. In the research, we don't want Mahabharata, Ramayana. You can write. You can write. We are not against it. But concentrate on conciseness. Concise meaning very small, very less. Very precise you are doing. Precise is different from concise. That we'll come back to that. And consistency. This is one thing which many papers, you read your own paper, first sentence, first paragraph they have started, I am going to work on biometric. Somewhere end they would have said, how do we do the voice modulation or something like that. You start off with something, but then you end up in something else. This is not correct. Completely. That means that person is a messed up person. That with a messed up mind, that person has written this thing. That is the thing. So, your consistency, I am going to work on this. Consistently maintain that thing. You don't change in between. So that's the thing. Grammar and all not a major thing. You can do that thing. And many people make the last one. Anyone knows the difference between affect and effect? Anyone? Two English words. Affect and effect. Anyone knows the difference? You should, whenever you are writing, if you could use the most appropriate word, it will look much better. It will look much better. Instead of affect, you put effect. Instead of effect, if you put affect. Person, those who are reading, meaning the one who is checking your paper, easily will identify this person doesn't know all these things. Make sure your language is also important. Language is important. It is not all. For a technical thing, technical things matter a lot, but still language is very important. Language is very important. I think formalities is for example, journals will have a particular format, books will have a particular format, conference papers will have a particular format. What is meant by format, we will tell. Like they will say, you need to use font size 11 point, some italics and all affiliations you have to put. Something, this is very easy to follow. But even then, people will make mistake. Even after clearly giving, this is the IEEE format. This is an IEEE format. So you have to adhere to this. Even if a small change is there, they will reject. They will reject. So better be careful. Even though it's the smallest thing, simplest thing, easiest thing to do, still people will not do this. Still people will not do this. Lot of errors you can find in the format itself. Leave alone the technical strength. Format itself. This again how the naming should be done. If multiple others are there, how do we put it? All these things are there. This again formatting and everything. There are some major differences between conference papers and journal papers. Okay? Conference papers, I'm sure you all know. How many of you have ever submitted any one single paper in your lifetime? One. Where did you submit?
College is not done.
In the college. Doesn't matter. Somewhere you have submitted at least. One thing. You submit in the college also, nothing wrong in it. But always try to put it in some international conferences, not in national conferences. Because most of the time, they don't have paper. They'll say, yes, sir, that type of only most of the time the national papers are happening. So never put it on national papers. I'm not against, but we do conduct national conferences. We do want papers. Don't consider that because we do a proper thing and then only we put it. We never do like that. But most of the time it happens, but let's not worry too much about it. But international conference, no, by the way, the title alone will be international. That will be happening in Kamanahalli or Bomanahalli. That title alone, be careful. Many of the times people put the title only, International Conference on Computing. But that will be happening in Kamanahalli. I'm not against Kamanahalli or Bomanahalli, but no international presence will be there. Only Kamanahalli people, college near Bomanahalli will be there. International conference has a different meaning. Top people, for example, biometric mean there are some authorities in biometric like A.K. Jain. If you have studied digital image processing by A.K. Anil K. Jain, he's an authority in fingerprint. Like that, people should come. They always, one of the reasons why we want people to like you to attend the conference is, if you present a good paper, they will take you. Come man, you can come for doing PhD. They will tell. This is one good way to get an admission. Easy admission. No need of going through all trouble. Write a good paper, present into some good top conferences, your admission is guaranteed. That fellow will say, come. I saw your paper, you presented it well. Come, let's do PhD. Very, very good thing. Very good thing. But then it has some time constraint. Time constraints another thing. Normally, conference papers will have a page constraint also. They will say you should write within 6 pages or 5 pages. They will do something. But such is not there. But journals will still may ask you to pay. They may say within 20 pages you need to write. You write 21 pages or 22 pages. Then extra pages you may have to pay. But that's fine. That's fine with us. So don't go for paid journals, as I repeatedly told you. That's not a good thing. Test results are very important. Unless you do research, you come out with a new thing, you will never get it published. Accepting that review papers and case studies, you will never get it published. This is a non-technical thing which you have to do. Once you complete everything, it's called camera-ready copy. Before publishing, you are going to send it to them and they will publish as such. They are not going to do anything. So make sure you give it at least 2-3 people. Don't you have at least 2-3 friends? Just because if you read and if you look, everything look correct only. You will think, oh my God, what a nice writing I have. That's not good. Give it to some random people. Ask them to read. They will find so many mistakes. Hey, comma should come here, man. Comma should not be there. Full stop you have missed. Capital letter you have missed. They will, that whole page, some hundreds of circles will be there. Red marked circles. So give it nothing wrong in it. Help each other. Okay. So proofreading is a very, very important thing, because why do you want to get a bad comment from a person who is going to accept your paper. Rather get it from your friends. Get it from your faculties. Let them tell, hey man, change all this thing. Now your paper will look very perfect. Paper will look very perfect. Of course, English, make sure no spelling error occurs. What's the problem in spelling?
But if the friend takes the idea,
No. You have written the thing. No. That's a good point. That's a very good point. But in writing the paper, that's why we always say, first file the patent. This is a very important thing what sir has said. Normally, for example, I will never discuss with my friend if I have a new idea. I will first file a patent. Because after that, if I discuss, even if that fellow goes and files, I will only get the patent. He will not get. Whomsoever files first gets the patent. Same idea, 100 people in 100 different places. If they file, none will get it. The first fellow who filed, we get it. So normally, if I get a good idea, for example, this VOC, first I file and call the people, hey man, look into it. So you be careful because the world is like that. Better be careful. Nothing wrong in that. But then you do your due diligence. You do the patent, then you call, even if you file, it doesn't matter, man. You will not get it. So better be careful. That's a good thing to be. Okay? And then reference and everything logical you can follow. This is a checklist. Before sending it, make sure that you have the names and everything properly given. Clear, you don't have any typos or error or anything. Formatting is done, go step by step. They will say the subsection should be in point 10. Just to go check, mark it, check what it is saying. So all these things, payments and all, you have done it properly. Sometimes if you are going for some conferences in some other countries, make sure you satisfy visa formalities. For example, US, if you want to go minimum, your passport should be valid after your exit for minimum 1 year. If you don't have it, you have to renew your passport. Do all checks. And also normally, before going, make sure, for example, before coming here, the same presentation is in my laptop. The same presentation is in my pen drive. I have uploaded also in my Google Drive. So minimum 2-3 places, because suddenly while going my laptop crashed. In an international conference, I cannot go and tell my laptop crashed. They will say, this idiot cannot keep his laptop carefully. What type of research this idiot would have done, they will think. So make your presentation at least put in 3 different storages. That's a good practice for you to do this. This is one of the paper when I was at your age. You are not even half of my age. So at that time, we did it. I'll just tell you to just motivate you. At your age, I did it. Why not you do it? That's the idea behind this. Yeah. The first is me. That's my professor in IIT Madras. So we worked on optimal scheduling of parallel tasks of tracking problems onto multiprocess. This appeared in IEEE transactions on aerospace and electronic system. You could see that below, IEEE transactions on aerospace and electronic system in way back in 1996. You were not born at that time, I know for sure. So I had a paper at that time. So always try high. If you have one paper in IEEE, I will not hesitate to accept you as a good researcher. If you come to me and you say, I have done your PhD, and if you don't have an IEEE paper, I will not respect you. People may respect, I will not respect. For me as an engineer, you can also try, nothing wrong in it. IEEE transaction, if you have one paper, I have 3 papers. You put your name and then check IEEE transaction, you should get 3 papers. One paper you get, people will respect you. In fact, when I went there for my selection, I got DAD scholarship. At that time, 1996, I went. At the time, there were only 5 IITs. Now we have so many, 25, 26, I don't know how many. 5 IITs alone were there. And that too, electrical, electronics, something and all, one scholarship. 5 IITs. Toppers only were there. 3 toppers, me and other 2 IITs. Do you know why I was selected? Other people had 1 IEEE transaction and I had 3 IEEE transaction papers. That changes the life. I studied in Germany because of that. I don't have that much of money to go to Germany. Now you people are very lucky, country is very good. When we were at your age, not even food was available. Food, 3 times food was not available. It is not that we are poor. My grandfather himself was a high court lawyer. But food is not there. With money, you can't eat your currency, right? You need food to eat. But you are all lucky. Huh? You are eating so much. I'm not against it. You eat. Nothing wrong in that. But do research also. That's what we are saying. At least you are having so much of comfort. Why not you do research? This is what you are saying. So, this appeared, as I told you, in 1996. Your life will change if you have one paper. Just think. You can write a paper in conference, journal, Scopus index is fine. I will be extremely happy if you could write one paper in any IEEE transaction. We have some 50 or 60 topics. Aerospace and electronics is one topic. We have machine learning as one topic. We have robotics as one topic. Like that, we have some 50 or 60 topics are there. One paper. In one of them, you write. Enough. Enough. People will respect you. People will respect you. So, how do we write? I think heading has gone. Yeah.
In 1996, you done that paper.
Yeah. When I was a boy like him. Boys like him.
So you are a topper on that time.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
Super, sir. Claps for sir.
No.